We've been getting lots of evasive answers. So,
Lot of what?
Evasive answers.
Oh.
So it's, what can you tell us that we should be looking forward to in the upcoming episodes?
Without being evasive, I think the emergence of Jennifer is going to be a big thing, and I think the family working together and kind of accepting their new reality is something that, we plan on really embracing in the last couple of episodes.
Does that mean that Jennifer will slowly accept the powers that she has, or is it still going to be throughout the rest of the episode?
It's not going to be that simple. So I think, we try to, even though we're telling a superhero heightened story, we try to treat it in a realistic, grounded way. And I think our thought about Jennifer is that she's not as accepting as everybody else. She has a different kind of attitude than Anissa and Jefferson. So the answer is yes and no. I'm not being evasive, that's an honest answer.
I have a question for you
Get your Garfield High School hat. All right. That's good. Those are hard to get.
I know. I'm very excited I got it.
You got connections.
So, Lynn and Jefferson broke up because of his powers.
Yes.
And then he didn't use his powers
Yes.
for 9 years.
Yes.
But they didn't get back together.
Right.
Will we ever delve into why she made him sweat it out so long?
Yes, we definitely will. And I think it's complicated. It's like any relationship. You think, the reason why you break up or you stay together, and a lot of times it's not what you think it is. And so I think we're going to dive into the reasons for their breakup and, what the relationship is going to be going forward now that he's being Black Lightning again.
Black Lightning, as a DC character, was kind of in the dustbin for quite some time. And a lot of the other CW characters had been around for a much longer. And do you think that gave you guys a little bit more freedom to create your own world?
Absolutely. I think the characters that are off the radar, like, no one feels attached to specific things. And so you get more room to play. And it definitely helped us because our iteration of Black Lightning is much different than the comic book. So it was definitely an advantage. Yeah.
What was something from the source material that you wanted to alter since you had that room to maneuver?
The Afro costume. But also we felt that even in the 70s, the dialogue was very jive turkey, so we wanted to have it be an urban show, but have the dialogue, have the people be kind of true to what's really going on in those places. And so we felt like in the comic book, even though we all read it as a kid and we all loved it, nobody spoke like that really. And, in our show, we try to really have people speak the way that they do speak in those neighborhoods.
Well, that was the creative license you changed to make some changes. What were the things that you felt were important that you wanted to bring to the screen?
I think that Jefferson was a hero as a teacher and as a superhero. That he was a family person, that the love within the community, the positive things in the community, felt like the bones were really good. And so that's why Salim chose it, because even though there were things that didn't translate, the bones of the story were really good.
There's a lot of mysticism that's woven in throughout Black Lightning so far, especially now with Lala's literal resurrection. Mm-hmm. So are there, what sources did you guys pull from for that, like real world mysticism, and how much will it play into the rest of the season?
We pulled from real world mysticism and also from the comic book. And it's going to play a bigger part. I think, we're dealing with superheroes, but we're also dealing with things you can't explain. And so we like that world. It allows you to address real world issues in a way that you can't when you're telling a straightforward story. So we hope to do a lot more of that.
Yeah, a lot of it sounds like it's talking about the family, and the family, since they're all discovering things about each other, it's kind of bringing them together. Is there anything that's going to be kind of coming against the family to kind of bring them apart?
I think the same thing that brings them together, their greatest strength is going to sometimes be their greatest weakness. So, excuse me. Yes. I think anytime you have great change in the family, it's an interesting time, and so we're going to have, weirdly, they're going to come together, but also the things that are bringing them together is also going to push them apart in ways.
Sounds like
All right.
a family.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.